Me and my husband have purchased 27 pieces of land in the last 4.5 years, and we did this all with seller financing. 19 of those properties are completely debt free. Now, you may be saying, why are you buying and holding so much land? We are building a land real estate wealth portfolio for our children. This is what you call generational wealth. And y'all, if we can do it, you can do it. Now, buying land can feel intimidating, especially if traditional banks are not an option for you. Let's say you have bad credit, a bankruptcy, or maybe even low income. This is where seller financing, sometimes called owner financing, is a better and a more creative way to make your land buying reality or even home buying dream a reality. Now, let's walk you through the process step by step. Step 1. Understanding seller financing. Seller financing means the property owner is going to act as the lender. Instead of applying for a bank loan, you are going to be making payments directly to that seller or directly to that owner. This is going to be a flexible, faster, and easier way for you to qualify. Why? Because there are no banks, no realtors, no real estate agents, and no credit check. So your bad credit is okay and your bankruptcy is okay. But you need to know a few things before going out there and just giving a seller your hard-earned money. You need to know how this process works and how to do it the right way. Step 2, finding the right property. You need to start looking for properties right now based on your plans, your goals, and your desires. And one of the things that me and my husband like to recommend is you sit down and you write down everything that you desire to do with this land. This is your land plan. Then you want to start looking for land where the seller is open to financing. This is often found with seller financing and owner financing sellers. Most of them have platforms or they have websites where they are selling these properties. So you want to tap into those properties where they are offering seller financing and owner financing. This way you don't have to worry about any lenders, any realtors, or real estate agents. And you can also get the property faster than working with a real estate agent trying to negotiate to see if that seller is interested in doing a seller financing option on a property that you find. Step 3. Negotiate the terms. This is where you and the seller are going to sit down virtually. Y'all are going to be negotiating this deal back and forth between email. Now, some sellers will actually call you and y'all can literally have a talk and discussion about the property, and then that seller will email you everything back that y'all discussed in a contract or the terms. First, you're going to sit down and talk about the purchase price. What's a fair price for the land? Next is going to be down payment. Y'all, the down payment is usually $1,000 or less. There are properties where we put $0 down. There are properties where we put $100 down. There are properties where we put $50 down. Now, there are even properties where you can negotiate large down payments, such as $3,000 and $5,000. For example, we just purchased 13 and a half acres in Georgia, and the seller wanted $60,000 for the land and $5,000 down. Instead, I negotiated and I told the seller, increase the land price to $65,000, and I put $1,000 down today. And that's exactly what we did. The interest rate will be negotiated by the seller, and you can sometimes negotiate and go back and forth on that interest rate. There's going to be a repayment schedule. Usually, you guys, this is a monthly payment. Step 4, put everything in writing. Now, it is up to you if you decide to hire a real estate attorney to draft a promissory note and a land contract. Now, be mindful when you are hiring an attorney, this is going to be an added fee, anywhere from $750 to $2,500 per property. Me and my husband, the 27 properties that we are purchasing, the 19 that are completely debt free, we have never used a real estate attorney. In a sense, we educated ourselves and we became our own real estate attorney, all right? And we have free and clear deeds and titles in the safe. Sometimes the seller will require that you use an attorney so that both of y'all are protected. This is going to give you that safe guarantee. The contract should clearly outline payment terms, interest, penalties for late payments, and what happens if you default or miss a payment and decide not to proceed with making payments on that land or that property. Step 5, do your due diligence. Before signing a contract, you need to do a title search to ensure that the seller truly owns the land and it is free of any liens. You can literally call down to the county and give them the parcel ID, and they will tell you exactly who owns that property, if there are any back taxes owed, or if there are any liens on that property. Next is zoning laws. Confirm that the land that you are purchasing can be used for what you desire. That is so important. Surveys, any type of surveys to verify verify the boundaries. Now, we buy land without the surveys. We usually will get a survey after we purchase the property. Now, sometimes the seller will already have done a survey for you to verify your boundaries. Step 6, close the deal. Once everything is verified, you will be signing your contract online via like DocuSign, and you will make your first down payment. The seller is going to be transferring ownership of the property to you, but they will hold a lien until you finish paying. Now, some sellers will not transfer the property to you until you make your last payment. All right. Now, you own the land with payment structured over time. This is why I love seller financing. Step 7. Make your payments consistently. Treat this land payment like a mortgage. Pay your land payment on time. Keep your records and communicate with the seller if any type of financial issues arise and you have to be late on payments. Once the final payment is made, if there is a lien on that deed, the lien will be released and the land is fully yours. Or if the seller requires that you pay the property off before they transfer the title to you, after that last payment, that is when they're going to ask you for some information and they're going to transfer that deed into your name, and you can expect to receive a free and clear title and deed within 6 to 8 weeks. Seller financing is so powerful because it opens doors for buyers like you and me who may not qualify for bank financing. And most banks require 10%, 20%, even up to 30% down on properties. And who has thousands of dollars sitting around when we are literally living life with many things going on? So seller financing with clear communication, education, wisdom, and knowledge, fair terms, legal documentation can help secure your land so that you can start building your future, your dreams, your plans, your homestead, your family compound, and your desires. And we can do this with seller financing, one payment at a time. Listen, you need help. You want to know how to start buying land. You want to know how to do this the right way and the smart way. There's a link in our bio for our 10-page land guide, how to buy land, seller financing. We connect you to 16 seller financing platforms. There are over 50,000 properties right now in America, and this is for all 50 states, where you can buy land right now for as little as $0 down. We walk you through that process. You can literally take that land guide and buy your first piece of land within as little as 48 hours. So you guys, this is how we do it, and this is how you can do it. Go get your land.